Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Wednesday, September 12th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's baseball games, look ahead to today's games as well. Talk about the games that Hurricane Florence has already canceled and it hasn't even hit the United States yet. Do my college basketball announcer rankings, and I'll close this thing by doing NFL Week 2 guest lines. All right, the baseball we go. The Astros beat the Tigers 5-4. The Astros are now 91-54. The Tigers are 59-86. Will Harris with the win. Jordan Zimmerman with the loss. Roberto Osuna with the save. The Reds defeated the Dodgers 3-1. The Reds are 63-83. The Dodgers are 78-67. Luis Castillo with the win. Heijin Ryu with the loss. Raciel Glacius with the save. The A's defeated the Orioles 3-2. The A's are 88-57. The O's are 41-103. Oi. Mike Fiers with the win. Mike Wright Jr. with the loss. Reyes Familia with the save. His first as an Athletic, by the way. The Nationals defeated the Phillies 7-6 in 10 innings in Game 2 of their doubleheader. The Nats are 73-72. The Phils are 74-70. Wander Suero with the win. Yaxel Rios with the loss. Greg Holland with the save. Game 1 of that doubleheader, the Nats defeated the Phillies 3-1. The Nats were 72-72. The Phils were 74-69. Eric Feed with the win. Nick Pivetta with the loss. Sean Doolittle with the save. The Red Sox defeated the Blue Jays 7-2. The Red Sox are 99-46. The Jays are 65-79. Ryan Brazier with the win. Ryan Tepera with the loss. The Marlins defeated the Mets 5-3. The Marlins are 57-86. The Mets are 65-78. Jose Arena with the win. Jacob deGrom with the loss. The Indians defeated the Rays 2-0. The Indians are 82-63. The Rays are 79-65. Shane Bieber with the win. Tyler Glasnow with the loss. Cody Allen with the save. The Royals defeated the White Sox 6-3. The Royals are 49-95. The White Sox 56-89. Brad Keller with the win. Dylan Covey with the loss. Willie Peralta with the save. The Twins defeated the Yankees 10-5. The Twins are 66-78. The Yanks are 90-55. Cole Stewart with the win. Sonny Gray with the loss. The Cards defeated the Pirates 11-5. The Cards are 81-64. The Pirates are 71-73. Miles Mikolas with the win. Joe Musgrove with the loss. The Diamondbacks defeated the Rockies 6-3. The Diamondbacks are 77-68. The Rocks are 79-65. Zach Greinke with the win. Antonio Sensatalo with the loss. Yoshihisa Hirano with the save. The Angels defeated the Rangers 1-0. The Angels had a no-hitter going through 7. The Angels are 72-73. The Rangers are 62-83. The Padres defeated the Mariners 2-1. The Pods are 58-88. The Mariners are 79-65. Craig Stammen with the win. Edwin Diaz with the loss. Kirby Yates with the save. So a rare sort of blown save or blown opportunity by Edwin Diaz. The Braves defeated the Giants 4-1. The Braves are 81-64. The Giants are 68-78. Mike Falta units with the win. Andrew Suarez with the loss. Today's games: 12:30 Dodgers Reds. Ross Stripling and Anthony DeSclafani. Astros Tigers. Garrett Cole and Daniel Norris. And that's a 1 o'clock game. Indians Rays is 1 o'clock as well. Carlos Carrasco, Blake Snell. 1:15 Pirates Cardinals. Jameson Taillon and Daniel Ponce de Leon. 3:45 Braves Giants. Anibal Sanchez and Derek Holland. 4 o'clock Marlins Mets, game 1 of their doubleheader. Trevor Richards and Zach Wheeler. 6:40 Padres Mariners. Joey Lucchesi, Wade LeBlanc. 7 o'clock Nats Phils. Steven Strasburg and Aaron Nola. A's Orioles. Liam Hendricks and Andrew Kashner. Blue Jays, Red Sox, Aaron Sanchez, David Price. Game 2, Marlins, Mets, Joe Brigham and Jason Vargas. 8 o'clock ESPN, Brewers, Cubs. Chase Anderson and Kyle Hendricks give me the Cubs at home. Yanks, Twins, Luis Severino, Jake Odorizzi. Huge start for Severino, by the way. For him to sort of get his confidence back. The A's destroyed him last week. White Sox, Royals, Carlos Rodon and Eric Skoglund. 8:40, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Patrick Corbin and John Gray. 10 o'clock, Rangers, Angels, Yvonne Gallardo and Felix Pena. Hurricane Florence already canceled a couple games for the weekend. It hasn't hit the U.S. yet. It's still out in the coast, and it's supposed to hit. Now the path is showing a little bit more south, so it's supposed to hit South Carolina pretty bad, and a little bit of North Carolina. Even Georgia is getting some projections for the storm. It was supposed to start in the Carolinas and go north into like Delaware and into Pennsylvania, with rain hitting New Jersey a little bit, but it looks like it has changed paths since then. And there's already games canceled because of it. 14 West Virginia at NC State. Virginia Tech against East Carolina. UCF at North Carolina. So those are the games that have been canceled and postponed due to the storm. And my broader takeaway is that any of these involving playoff contenders, talking about Virginia Tech and West Virginia, I think have to have these games made up, especially West Virginia because it's against a Power 5 opponent. Now I'm going to do my college basketball announcer rankings. A lot of the same announcers as football, except some guys are better at basketball than football and vice versa. And there's a total of 32 announcers on here. And as I said with all these other announcer rankings, this is just my opinion, and hopefully nobody's insulted. 32 is Jesse Losada of Fox. 31 is Kevin Brown of ESPN. 30 is Ralph Sheehan of Fox. 29 is Brian Custer of Fox. 28 is Carl Ravitch, ESPN. 27 is Rich Hollenberg of ESPN. 26 is Tim Brando. He works for a couple of the networks. 25 is Tom Hart of ESPN, mainly the SEC network. 24 is Justin Kutcher of Fox. 23 is Adam Amin of ESPN. 22 is Carter Blackburn of CBS. 21 is Andrew Catalone of CBS. 20 is Dave Fleming of ESPN. 19 is Peter Ditas of CBS. 18 is Sean McDonough of ESPN. 17 is Chris Myers of Fox. 16 is Jason Benetti of ESPN. 15 is John Sciambi of ESPN. 14 is Reese Davis of ESPN. 13 is Beth Mowens of ESPN. 12 is Dave Pasch of ESPN. 11 is Brad Nessler of CBS. 10 is Kevin Burkhardt of Fox. Every once in a while he calls college basketball games. I just think he's very talented. 9 is Kevin Harlan of CBS. 8 is Joe Davis of Fox. 7 is Bob Wischusen of ESPN. 6 is Brian Anderson of CBS. 5 is Dan Schulman of ESPN. 4, Gus Johnson of Fox. 3, Joe Tessitore of ESPN. 2, Lion Eagle of CBS. And number 1, Jim Nance of CBS. He's the voice of college basketball. You hear him on CBS doing the tournament every year. He's the face of CBS Sports, and he's very good at what he does. Now I'm going to do Guess the Lines for NFL Week 2. I forgot to do this on yesterday's podcast. I'll go game by game, starting with tomorrow night, Ravens at the Bengals. I have the Bengals laying 3 points at home against the Baltimore Ravens. And the Bengals are getting a point at home. I think that is lunacy. The Bengals are a better team than the Ravens. And they're the home team as well. This is disrespectful to Andy Dalton and company. And I think potentially by tomorrow night, Vegas is going to realize that they were wrong on that game. Sunday's games. And by the way, I think that was an overreaction to them killing the Bills, and they probably didn't think much of the Bengals on Sunday. Sunday, Panthers at the Falcons. I have Atlanta laying 3 to the Panthers. And Atlanta's laying 5.5. So 2.5 points off there. I think that line is too high. I think Carolina should be getting a little more respect than that, even though they didn't look good against the Cowboys. The Chargers at the Bills. I have the Chargers laying 7. And the Chargers are laying 7. Good pick by me. The Vikings and the Packers. I have the Packers laying 2.5 to the Vikings. And the Packers it's a pick 'em right now. Can't say I'm really mad with that line because that's probably what it should be. Because I just thought Vegas or the bookmakers would overrate the Packers still. Texans-Titans, no line because of the availability of Marcus Mariota. Although I have the Titans as a 2.5 point favorite. Browns at the Saints, I have the Saints laying 9 to the hapless Cleveland Browns. And New Orleans is laying 8.5. So it's a half point off there. The Dolphins and the Jets. I have the Jets laying 3.5 to the Dolphins. And the Jets are laying 3. So I think that's an appropriate line. Chiefs and the Steelers. I have the Steelers laying 4.5 to the Kansas City Chiefs. You can get 4.5 at some places, but I go with the consensus line, and the consensus line is 5. So I was a half point off there. The Eagles at the Bucks. I have the Eagles laying 4 to the Bucks. Because it looks like Nick Foles is starting. And the Eagles are laying 3. That's just a Foles line because that's who it looks like is starting. The Colts and the Redskins. I have the Redskins laying 6 to the Colts. And that's what the line is. The Cardinals at the Rams. I have the Rams minus 10.5. And the Rams are minus 12.5. That is a little bit of an aggressive line. The Lions at the 49ers. I have the 49ers as a 2.5 point choice against the Lions. And the Niners are laying 5.5. That is too high. Granted, the Lions looked really, 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 really bad on Monday night. The Niners should not be giving 5.5 unless it's to the Bills or maybe the Browns, because I'm not sold on the Browns being this good. The Raiders are at the Broncos, and I have Denver as a 5-point favorite over their division rivals. And Denver is laying 5.5. So it's a half point off there. The Patriots at the Jaguars. I have the Pats as a 2-point favorite on the road. This was the toughest line to pick for me this week. It opened as a pick 'em, but the Pats are a 2-point favorite. So that was a good choice by me. The Giants at the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys laying 3 to the Giants, and the Cowboys are laying a solid 3. So I got that line right. And the Seahawks and the Bears. I have the Bears laying 6 to the Seahawks. And the Bears are only laying 3 points. I think that's stupid. And that the Seahawks are getting too much respect. That's it for today's podcast. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the baseball. Look ahead to tomorrow's games. I'll do the bowl projections for week 3 of the college season. I'll make some picks for the football action tomorrow. And I'm going to do my sports announcer final rankings. There could be up to 100, maybe more on the list. We'll see how it goes. I hope you guys have a great day, everybody.